distribution. Binomial distribution are random experiment with only two possible outcomes. The attempts are independent. The two possible outcomes are success and failure.
Okay, so our binomial distribution formula is probability of x equals the number of trials, C, the successful number of trials, times the P, which is the probability of success, x elevated, which is as well the successful trials, times the Q, which is the probability of failure, and n minus x elevated, n being the number of trials minus the number of successful trials.
Okay, so this is our problem. Carlos has a 70% chance of passing the math exam. If there are 5 different exams in the course, what is the probability for him to pass in 4 exams? Okay, so this is our formula, just to be clear. And the probability for this problem is x equals 4, since 4 is what is required for Carlos to pass 4 of the 5 exams. And then we write n being 5, the number of exams. So 5, and then the c, we'll leave it there to put it in the calculator. And then our x will be the number of exams that Carlos must pass, which is 4. And then we multiply the probability of success, 70%, as a decimal, 0.70. And then here, 4 once again, since x equals 4. And we multiply the probability of failure, which will be 0.30% over, and then n minus x, so n is 5 and x is 4. So we just subtract 5 minus 4 being 1. And once we punch it in the calculator, and it will give us in here 0.3602. 0.3602. So now we just multiply it times 100 to make it as percent, and it will give us 36.02%. This is our final answer.
The problem says that Oliver should exercise every day. 80% of his daily training consists of weights. If Dinah drops by the gym in 5 random days at the same hour as Oliver is training, what's the probability that she will find Oliver using weights 2 random days? The first thing is to establish what is our success. In this problem, our success will be Oliver using weights. Then will be to collect all the data, which will be the n being 5 random days, x being 2 random days, and then we establish the probability of success, which is 0.80, and the probability of failure, which is the complement of the p, being 0.20. Now we just start doing the problem. We will state that the probability of x being 2 is equal to then you just punch everything in the calculator and you will get a final answer of probability of x being 2 will be 0.052, and if you just multiply it by 100, it will give you the percentage being 5.12%. Now the next problem is find the probability that Dinah will find Oliver not using weights in 4 random days. In this occasion, our success will just be not using weights. And we do the same thing as the other problem, which will be to recollect all the data, being n also 5, x will be 4. And now the probability of success, since our success is not using weights, the probability will change to 0.20, and the probability of failure will be 0.80. And then you just plug everything into the formula. And now you just plug in everything into the calculator. And then you will get the probability of x being 4 will be 0.0064 multiplied by 100 in order to get the probability, and you will get a 0.64%.
Lionel Messi has a chance of 78.3% of scoring a penalty kick. If he shoots 5 penalties, what is the probability he scores at least 3?
This problem is asking us for the p of x being greater than or equal to 3, which means that we will need to find the probability of him scoring 3 penalties, 4 penalties, 5 penalties, and then adding up all the results. So we will start by using the formula with the number 3 as it's greater than or equal to 3. So 3, we have the n, which is 5 penalties, the total amount of trials. Then the c, and the x, which is how many want for them to succeed. So it's 5 choose 3 times the probability of success, which is 0.783, raised to the x, which is 3 in this case, times the probability of failure, which is 1 minus this, which is 0.217. All of this raised to the n minus x, which is 5 minus 3, which is 2. We just punch this number into the calculator, and we get a probability of 0.2261. Now we will repeat the process, but with the probability of him scoring 4 penalties, and now the x is going to be 4. So we just repeat the same equation. 5c, the 3 is now a 4, times 0.783 raised to the x to the new x, which is 4, times 0.217 raised to the x minus n, which is 1. We punch this into the calculator and get a probability of 0.4078. And finally, we do it with him scoring all 5 penalties. So 5c 5 times 0.783 raised to the 5th, which is the x, times 1, because everything raised to the 0 power is going to be equal to 1. And so we multiply this in the calculator, 0.2943. And now we add all of this up, and we get a probability of x being greater than or equal to 3 of 0.9282, which is equal to 92.82%.